Alright, so Keith Petruzzelli is a Detroit Red Wings drafted prospect from the 2017 NHL entry draft. The Red Wings snagged him up in the third round, and he went on to having a pretty good career in the Quinnipiac University system in the NCAA. You can see the numbers right here. He is a guy who, in 2017-18 as a freshman, went 5-6-2, .892 save percentage, and a .288 goals against in 17 games. Not fantastic. The next year, though, .904 save percentage to .42 goals against, so he's improving there. The year after that, 2019-20, 34 games played, 21-10-2, so a positive win record, and a .920 save percentage, 201 goals against in, of course, 34 games played, 3 of those were shutouts. However, this season, still with the Quinnipiac Bobcats, he had himself what was one of the best performances in the league, posting up 4 shutouts in 29 games, a .189 goals against average, and a .926 save percentage. He went 17-8-4, so his record really wasn't all too great either, compared to the previous years at least. And now you take a look at it and you say, darn, this guy has improved year after year in the NCAA. He's a 6'5", 185-pound left-catching goaltender born in 1999, and he's 22 years old. This guy honestly seems like one of the better Red Wings prospects in terms of their goaltenders, because when it comes to the all-around prospect pool of the Wings, up front you have Lucas Raymond, up front you have Berggren, and of course the young guys already on the team like Sedina, Larkin, etc. On the defensive side of things, I like Filip Hronek, I like Antti Tuomisto, I love Moritz Seider, and Emil Viro's cool too. It's just in net where the Red Wings prospect pipeline is less than ideal, because you have guys like Petruzzelli who are great, but he had to really develop into that role. You have some other guys like Carter Gielander that I know Red Wings fans absolutely adore, and you have some other guys. Jan Bednar's a guy that I kind of like by reputation. Then you also have, of course, Joran van Pottelberg. But Keith Petruzzelli to me was one of the better guys, if not the best guy, in the prospect system in net for the Wings. Which is why, now that he's wrapped up his senior year as one of the best goaltenders in the league, he finished 9th in overall save percentage in the entire NCAA, and in terms of goals against, hey, he was out here 6th overall. I was kind of thinking, okay, the Red Wings are going to sign this guy, he's going to play in Grand Rapids next year, eventually he takes one of the spots from Bernier or Greiss, whoever is still here, Calvin Pickard maybe, and as time goes on, we see if he eventually develops into maybe a backup because he was really good in the NCAA. Let's see how he adjusts to the AHL. Well, it turns out that that's not going to be happening anymore, because according to sources over here, this is what Mark Diver says. He writes for the New England Hockey Journal, and, I mean, Quinnipiac is in Connecticut, so you can kind of see where the connection is there. He was hearing that 6'5" Quinnipiac goaltender Keith Petruzzelli will not be signing with Detroit, and he will be heading to free agency in August. He ends up going over the record, talks about the numbers, all that stuff. And so now you take a look at the Red Wings and you say, man, probably one of the best guys in their system for goaltending is now leaving the organization after developing for 4 years in the college system. Honestly, in my opinion, he's the best one out of all the guys that were in the system. So now, does Steve Yzerman go out there and try to address this kind of a need? Do you go out there at the 2021 draft and you say, okay, 6th overall, maybe we take Jesper Wallstedt? Do you go out there and you try to target Sebastian Cossa with your 2nd first-round pick? By the way, we still have not made a Why I Want video about him. I know people are asking for it, but that one's scheduled later in the week, I believe. But either or, this is honestly a pretty big deal, because Petruzzelli, in my opinion, was a guy who was honestly kind of ready to make that jump to the pro game. Maybe as early as this year, but as soon as maybe in the next 2 years. You can see the replies to this entire thing over here with him leaving Detroit of a whole bunch of other people saying, man, my team should get this guy. Darn, look at the numbers. Look at his production. Look at how he was able to do in college. He's 22 years old. Sign me up. Let's see if we can do some things here. And all I'm thinking about is, man, the Red Wings definitely did not need this kind of thing to happen right now, losing out on a goaltending prospect when their goaltending situation in the long-term future is all but guaranteed. So whether or not the Red Wings go after another goaltender in this year's draft, because they do have a lot of goaltending prospects in terms of volume in their pipeline, it's just, as I said, the quality of these guys is not guaranteed. Petruzzelli, if you take a look at the scouting report, this is what it said on Dauber from all those years ago. He had some developing to do, but he had many indicators of a starting NHL goaltender. In June 2017, he was known for his quick reaction time and athletic ability to reach difficult shots. The extremely tall Petruzzelli looked like a real NHL deal. Praised for his mental approach and professionalism, he was ranked first amongst North American goalie prospects in the Central Scouting's midterm rankings, slipping below Jake Ottinger to second place on their final list. He played a calm and relaxed manner, with recent comparisons being made between 6'5", 180-pound Matt Murray of the Pittsburgh Penguins. So, yeah, pretty good one right there, particularly in how he squares up to shots and displays solid rebound control. So for now, I guess the Red Wings will be saying sayonara to one of the guys that I kind of believe was one of the better guys in their system, but whichever team goes out there and signs Petruzzelli, hey, treat him well, I guess. College goaltenders aren't always a hot commodity that always pan out 100% of the time, but still, I would love to see Petruzzelli go out there and actually make an impact at the NHL level. But for the Red Wings and their overall approach to goaltending in the next few seasons, you gotta wonder how this kind of move changes their system. Talk to me in the comments what you thought about this entire video over here. What are your thoughts on Petruzzelli and his departure from the Red Wings? I hope you enjoyed this video. Josh Rolls in the I9. And bye.